so-called Halal tax and more Arabic courses in schools are being proposed in France as ways of thwarting the spread of radical Islam. They're measures proposed by a think tank and come as the government considers its own moves. Charlotte Dubensky's been gauging reaction in Paris to the latest suggestions.
Here's a reminder of an ambitious promise President Macron made to lawmakers a few months ago: the total reform of Islam in France, and with the groundwork in place by the autumn.
There is a radical and aggressive interpretation of Islam that sets as its goal questioning the norms and laws of our free country and free society. By autumn, we will clarify this situation by giving Islam a framework and rules that will guarantee that it is practiced in accordance with the laws of the Republic.
So far, it's only words, but while Macron continues to chew over how to bring in those changes, help is at hand. A liberal think tank, the Montaigne Institute, has released a report with its own suggestions.
It is essential to have an alternative Muslim religious discourse in French that is parallel to the mainstream discourse prevalent on social networks today, meaning the Salafist discourse. France must equip itself with the means and important networks to disseminate this counter-narrative. Who can do that? Only Muslims.
The report also has some concrete suggestions about how to achieve this. One is to incorporate Arabic into the education system. The idea is that by offering Arabic in schools, fewer children would find themselves in dubious institutions linked to Salafi indoctrination and radicalization. A great idea or not, people here in Paris aren't sure.
It's not going to fight anything. The terrorists will remain terrorists. They won't fight them by speaking Arabic.
I don't see why we can't learn Arabic. It's a very interesting language, and it would help us to open ourselves to the people we meet on a daily basis. I work in a hospital and I meet lots of people who speak Arabic, and we need to have translators. It would be interesting to learn this language at school.
I'm not for it. I don't think it's going to change anything.
Learning several languages is good anyway. I don't think every kid should learn Arabic, but the one who wants. And as you say, it will help.
The think tank also suggests creating an official and independent Muslim association for Islam in France, with the idea that it could help stamp out any underground fundamentalism. But it suggests that the funding for such a body should come from a tax on halal food products and other services for Muslims. Yet again, that hasn't gone down well with everyone.
It's not fair the prices keep on rising and rising. It's a crisis. We don't know if this money will really go to help Muslims. It's now just politics.
In our religion, if you can't find food that is halal, you can still eat, just not pork. You just need to pray for what you are eating. So you can eat almost anything you want, so I don't think it's a solution.
If it's a bit extra, not too much, it's all right, I think. And make sure you find your halal food everywhere, like making it everywhere, and it's all right.
As for taxes, if the funds are used properly, then why not? We need to look at the possible advantages. It could help some groups of people.
Division over both suggestions from the report may have Macron thinking that he's bitten off more than he can chew, especially with the fact that recent polls are hardly sliding in the president's favour. One carried out by a doctor this week found that 71% of respondents now thought negatively of him. And when it comes to how his government is handling terrorism, previous polls showed that more than half thought that they weren't doing enough. Many are waiting with bated breath to see how Macron will keep those promises over Islam here. But the early signs are not positive. Charlotte Dubensky, RT, Paris.